Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to Andrew Wilson left March 6 feminist speechless after destroying her idea. This is where we get to the nitty-gritty. Let's jump in.
I said in the Ukraine.
Okay.
The Ukraine, men can be drafted up to 65.
Well, I disagree with the draft.
Okay, got it. That's great you disagree with it. Mm-hmm. But the only people right now who can be drafted are who?
Men.
And the reasons that we just went over previously determines that the reason that we want to draft men is for these exact reasons. Because they're stronger, they're better in combat, these are the positions we would need them in, and because these are the positions we need them in, women are excluded from those roles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, going from special infantry to just military bodies, obviously more is just going to be better.
Why? More takes way more resources. More is not better.
Yeah, but numbers is also another strategy that wins war. If you have more soldiers than the other team.
Yeah, sure, that can be helpful, but it's more helpful to have a very well-trained, very combat-ready military.
If you're drafting, they're not going to be well-trained.
Yeah, we've won wars with draftees. They were plenty well-trained. So the thing is like,
but
that's incorrect.
Being trained and being well-trained are two different things.
I guess you had specialists too, but the point is they were very much trained and they very much kicked the shit out of half the world. So that was with draftees.
Okay.
So the thing is we've already established that men are far better in these roles than women. Men ought to be in these roles and not women. This is by your own logic. So what privileges should men get considering they can be drafted into these roles and women cannot be?
I mean, if we're going on a society based on like this is always going to be the outcome and this is a necessity, I don't think necessarily there would. I'm not against sending men to go to war against their will.
Oh my god.
You are against it or not?
I'm against sending men to go to war against their will. So
I thought you said not.
Oh, maybe I misspoke. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But so just to clarify for the audience, you mean
she's against the draft.
You are against it. Okay.
Yes.
Just one.
I would want them to elect to go.
And so what happens if nobody goes like they didn't want to in the Ukraine? Does Russia take the Ukraine over? Does Russia take over Ukraine?
I mean, I think it would again depend on other resources available.
My God.
If there are other militaries, if there are other...
so other militaries aren't going to step in.
Then yeah, that would happen.
So
but I mean, again, forcing men to go, I mean, you can't force them to fight.
Yes, you can force men to fight.
How?
We did it in World War I. Why not?
The same way they did under communism. They say you run at that machine gun nest, and if you turn around, we will kill you. And that's exactly what they did.
Oh, I mean, then...
What they did was they lined up thousands of Soviet soldiers, and they handed them a rifle. They said, if you die, the guy behind you pick up the rifle, reload, and continue to go.
Sure.
And if they turned around and came back, if they ran away, men with machine guns were waiting for them and mowed them all down.
Okay.
So yeah, you could definitely force men to fight. I mean, that's been done time and time again. If you ran away in World War II, you were a traitor and you were shot. That's forcing you to fight. If you run away from combat, you get shot.
Right. I'm saying, obviously, if they don't fight, they die. Like, that's clear. Mm-hmm. But, like, if they think they're going to die already...
She's not making sense, confused. Bro. She just so dumbfounded right now that she don't even know what to say.
You know, going to war, they're like, I'm pretty much going to die already, so I'm just going to try and escape so I can avoid that. And if they kill me, the outcome's the same.
Can't.
Well, that's not what happens.
I guess my issue...
You're compelled and pressed into service. Like, you can't do anything. If you don't sign up for the draft as a man in the United States, you're not supposed to be able to vote.
I know. So
then how come if women don't sign up for the draft, they get to vote? That's bullshit.
Well, again, I'm against the draft.
Yeah, I got it.
She's now understanding, bro. She just but I'm against the draft. Like, it doesn't matter. This is the options that we have. And still, men are obligated to just sign up for the draft. And I remember that day, I was in Puerto Rico. I was in the USPS in Puerto Rico. And I needed to sign the disclosure, right? And I remember like, damn, man, this means that I have to go to the draft if something happened? That's crazy. I'm just 18th. It was so confusing, man. I remember. That was, I think, was regarding the federal aids. Right? I remember just looking at myself like, damn, man, this is real stuff, man. I was 18, guys.
So then just nobody defends the nation.
Well, I think obviously within America, we have a huge society that's very big on militarism, which is why no one has been drafted.
Nobody's been drafted because we haven't fought a professional war where we had hundreds of thousands of body bags being sent home. That's why nobody's been drafted.
Well, sure, but also I would say people are joining more than they were back then.
No, we
I
drafted.
think that the rates per population, remember at the time, I think there was only 150 million people. There's like half the people at the time than there is now. So, no, I think proportionally, plenty of people were joining the military. I don't know if it's at the same rates because you
Right.
had different benefits for it, but plenty of people were joining the military.
Okay.
The thing is, though, is that we just haven't had a war where hundreds of thousands of people die. You have to replace your soldiers, right?
Sure.
Do you think people are going to be more or less likely to join if people are dying in mass?
They'll be less likely to
Yeah,
join.
they'd be less likely. So then what do? You compel service.
That's
Like,
the
what
only
else-
way.
what
Yeah,
else
that's
can
the
you
only
do?
way.
Other than compel service.
I mean, not go to war.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is,
Like
and
you-
this again. This is the mindset, guys. There we go, right here. The mindset. This the naive, so naive. Now understanding the dangers of the world, man. Like, yeah, we can simply ban wars, and wars will not happen. Like, no, there's people that really want to do harm in this world. There's countries that they want to conquer this land too. Don't you think that China and a lot of these countries, they really want to get a piece of the United States? Of course they do. Of course. You think what happened with Trump was an accident? No, man, this is not an accident, guys. These people are naive and they have more power than men because men, if they elect mistakes and they start passing a lot of mistakes, they don't have to fix it. We have to fix it. We have to fight those wars, man. And that's the problem.
Can't. Why do you think you can decide those things? Like, you can't make the decision.
Because, like, I think there is motivation, obviously, between countries who are engaging in war and the reasons behind those.
Yeah, but you can't
I think
solve
we're
those
just
reasons.
like I'm not disagreeing with you that under like the idea of patriarchy that there is going to be some dependence on men because obviously I would think that still
Under the idea of matriarchy, too.
no I don't think that male violence would be pervasive.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
when do you think patriarchy?
How can-
one second. When do you
okay,
think
go ahead.
patriarchy originated?
I think it's always been the case.
Yeah, I would say patriarchy originated depending again on what aspect, what country we're looking at or what region would be between like 8,000 BC and 5,000 BC.
And when do you think? What do you think our oldest written record is?
I believe it's Egyptian scribes, which I think
the
is
Epic of Gilgamesh?
5,000. Yeah, isn't that when?
The Sumerian?
Yes, and
Yeah.
isn't that when they worship female gods?
No.
Yeah.
Anu was a male god.
No, it was a female god.
No, Anu was a male god. Promise.
No. She was the good mother.
That's not a she. It's Anu. I'm pretty confident Anu was a male god.
Inanna,
Yeah, like Anunnaki. It comes from the male god Anu.
like the exaltation of an Anu.
No, it's just Anu. I think Anu.
Yeah, the
It
exaltation.
means God. It just means God.
Well, the exaltation of an Anu is thought to be the first poem, and that's
What about El?
a female god.
El.
What do you mean El?
El is another god. In fact, if
Okay,
you're
what
talking,
about-
in fact, I actually have a list here of
Yeah.
Egyptian gods. Or,
Well-
I'm sorry, pre-3500 year gods. Let me give you the list real quick.
Sure.
Just because I brought it with me. Hang on real quick, Brian, before you get into the super chats.
Oh no! While he's looking that up, you brought up the term patriarchy. Just can you just define the term for the audience?
Yeah, male supremacy, domination, and
There we go. Again, patriarchy, patri, right? Patri for Latin mean father.
dependency.
Okay, male supremacy,
Patriarchy just from the father.
domination, and what was the last one? Sorry.
Dependency.
Yeah, I was
Dependence.
right.
Okay.
Anu, Mesopotamia, Sumeria, 5000 BC, king of the gods. Enlil, Mesopotamia, Sumerian. Enki, Mesopotamia. Ptah, pre-dynastic Egyptian, 6000 BC. Pre-Shupati, El, I said El, pre-Canaan, pre-Levantine, 3900 BC. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on of male gods.
All right, I'm not saying there are male gods, but wasn't that all before?
Okay, now this is she realizing. She's now realizing, oh, I thought these were females. What happened?
It's all before your time frame of 3,500 years ago.
There we go. She just got busted. Got busted, man. Even if let's say we even say female gods, who are the ones just going and just conquering land? Females? Like, all this is just semantic, guys. All semantic. I'm glad that Andrew's here just, rolling some heads. Let's put it that way. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you next one.